Alright guys, this is my 5th revisiting cinema, and I am revisiting About a Boy. The reason I watched this movie was because I watched High Fidelity a couple weeks ago, and it was based on a novel written by the exact same guy. So I figured, hey, why not? But it actually has really good buzz, and it's a very highly praised movie from the year. I believe it came out in '99, but don't quote me on that. But it was really highly praised as one of the better comedies of that year. So I decided to borrow it from someone, and I watched it, and I actually really did like this movie. I think it shares a few things with High Fidelity, and that's it has a lot of charm, it has a lot of charisma from the lead, and I think it has a good script. I like when characters kind of describe what's going. I like narrative films where they describe what's going on, but they're like kind of like smart asses in the description. I think that's why I like movies like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang and High Fidelity. He's a total smart ass, and this movie has that going on with it too. They don't just fill the narrative isn't just there to explain what's going on. It actually repeats what we're thinking, and it's really smart with that. So it has a smart script, but my biggest problem with this movie is that I just expected it to be a romantic comedy, but it really wasn't. My biggest fault is also one of the things I actually liked about it, but I thought it was going to be a romantic comedy, and I figured it was going to have a huge thing with Rachel Weisz, because she's, on the cover, she's all over the thing, and it really did not have that. She doesn't appear till like maybe 30 minutes left in the movie, and it's more so of a bond between Hugh Grant and Nicholas Hoult, and I think that's what I liked about it most, was that it wasn't a romantic comedy. I mean, it has aspects of it, but it's more of a bonding film, and I just didn't expect that. I didn't watch the trailer for it, and I did not think that going in. So, its biggest fault is also its biggest positive, I think, because Hugh Grant and Nicholas Hoult give two good performances, even if their characters aren't the strongest, and if they're not the strongest, but they do give two good performances, and they have a lot of chemistry together, and I really bought the whole bonding thing. I thought that was really very well done, and I really did like this movie. I would say my biggest fault with it is that the biggest fault with it is some of the storylines in the movie are a bit weak, but there's no problem with that. You can have some weak storylines as long as you have a main storyline that's very good, and I thought this movie had a very good main storyline, but yeah, I mean, just some of the storylines just weren't interesting to me. They didn't strike that chord with me. So, whatever. But again, I never said it was a perfect film. But I did like About a Boy. I will give it an 8.5. I can't really. The ending of the movie was a little, I don't know, underwhelming. But that's fine. It didn't affect my opinion of the movie. I kind of felt the same way the whole time through, and I had a fun time watching this movie. But I gave it an 8. I think, did I say 8 or 8.5? I give it an 8 after thinking about it. So I did like this movie. If you've seen it, tell me what you thought. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I think it has a good script, and Hugh Grant is he's the man in this movie. He's fucking funny as hell. And Nicholas Hoult really showed a lot of star promise, and this is the year where I think he has like 2 or 3 movies coming out, and it could be his year to really shine. And I don't like kid actors usually, but I really enjoyed him in this movie. So see About a Boy if you haven't. If you have, let me know what you thought. If you liked it or didn't like it, give me a sub. There's a lot more of these revisiting cinemas coming, and yeah, thanks.